Hi, Annie. You okay?
I'm good, enjoying the sunshine. I hope you are too.
It is lovely in Halifax. Yeah, but you're up in Scotland now,
I'm
aren't
in
you?
Scotland, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yes, I've wended my way up and
Lovely.
it's yeah, it's beautiful up here and very warm. So we're having to drink lots and take it steady.
But sit out and bask as well.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
do a
yeah.
bit of that. And of course the eternal knitting.
Oh, of course, of course, of course.
So we're gonna do our full moon reading, aren't we?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. So, yeah, me first. So it's full
First, yeah.
moon in Capricorn,
Yeah.
and it's known as the book moon.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I think of the Bachman, I think of strength and openness, and
Mm-hmm.
you just see them there on, especially in the Highlands. The stag on the moors, and
Yeah.
yeah, strength,
Yeah.
being out in the open. Yeah, brilliant. Right, so today I have
And
my elemental oracle.
lovely. And I'm just going to give you an apology because for all of a sudden the dog has decided he's going to be throwing his ball round the room while I'm doing the reading. So
Lovely,
he's full of the energy of the stag in Paul's
definitely.
presence.
He is the master for the
Yeah.
readings.
So sorry to
And
interrupt.
then my
Oh, of
oracle cards.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
ancient stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, Bubble loves to be the center of attention anyway, so why
Oh,
not?
absolutely. Yeah.
Why not? Right, let's see what the cards have. Oh, interesting. Okay, in time. Yes. Oh, it's again. Oh, I shuffle these cards all the time,
Yeah.
but well, they're meant to come out, aren't they? I mean,
Oh,
that's what I
yeah.
always
The,
say.
the ones you need come out. So,
Absolutely.
mm.
So here we go. We got the element of electricity.
Oh, right.
And she is feeling the real energy of the light there.
Mm.
And it's like she's sort of floating in the light as well. And
Yeah.
this is about wildness,
Mm,
but I think that's about the feeling we're going to be feeling now. It is that coming out and feeling the energy that's coming through. With this full moon, I definitely feel there's uh, the energy is very strong, and it's very but we've got to see it as gentle strength
mm,
rather than because there's this conflict with the Capricorn sign, isn't it, of the ocean and the emotion,
mhm,
and of the mountain goat and the strength, and
mhm,
I think it is all about taking that into consideration and rising above anything that's coming forward
mm,
that doesn't feel right.
mm,
Full moons is all about letting go of what's happening. And when it says wildness, I'm getting this feeling of being free,
mm,
being free.
mm.
Like the new moon last time, we were sort of re-looking at parking the old,
Yeah. Yeah.
and this full moon is giving us that energy of feeling quite open
Mm.
to it, but doing it gently. This gentle energy that's coming forward. And with that, it's the laying of the altar again, and
Oh,
very similar message.
yeah.
This is the surrender.
Yeah.
This is sort of laying your cards out and surrender, and just handing it over. You know, um,
Mm,
but not feeling it begrudgingly. It's that soft feeling.
mhm,
Now is the time.
yeah.
And that very soft flow of energy.
Mm,
And I always feel with laying it on the altar, there's this area of like forgiveness as well,
mm,
and remembering that forgiveness. I mean, the world at the moment, we said it last time, it's turbulent, but we mustn't get into it. we
Yeah.
must sort of rise above it and surrender
Mm,
to what we and the universe is wanting to provide for us.
mm,
We've then got this card here, and she's like being lifted
mm,
with two beautiful butterflies. You know,
yeah.
just lifting her up. And this is the gravity card, and
Yeah.
it is about make sure you stay grounded.
Yeah.
Definitely, feeling very. And look, there's stags on that. Look,
Yeah.
all the stags and the wild animals are around her.
Yeah.
It's a very much, remembering um, sort of nature, the earth, Mother Nature, and the earth, and the beauty that our earth, although it's turbulent, the beauty of our planet is to be awe. It's to be admired.
Mm,
And there's two beautiful butterflies are just lifting her, and she's feeling quite content as well.
mhm,
You know,
mm,
just stay grounded, stay in the moment, and feel that lift that's happening. This wildness,
mm.
this very soft, gentle energy. Um, we got the scrying card again, and again, but I always feel that it's your intuition
Mm,
that's being used here, and
yeah.
it says about trusting your visions
Mm,
and plant your seeds, but
yeah.
it's that intuition,
Yeah.
knowing that what you are giving out and what you are developing at the moment or growing is the right thing, it's
Mm,
the right energy, you
mm.
know. Um, we also have time.
Oh, yeah. I love this.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it does remind me of, yes, the tree of life, but also your brain,
Mm,
your
yeah.
thinking, your logic mind, because obviously, Capricorn is a very sort of discipline and logic. So it is going with that as well, but making sure sort of the divine feminine and the divine masculine are being balanced.
Mhm,
You know, use your intuition, use your logic, and so having that balance, it will mean discipline.
mm.
And it's discipline in self as well.
Yeah.
Um, to make sure that everything that you're manifesting, everything that's being given to you as well, because there's lots of um, tokens, and I've got a feeling there's lots of little things coming our way
Yeah.
that'll give us a wonderful big energy,
Yeah.
because it's the small things that matter sometimes,
Yeah.
not the big things.
Mm,
And when I think of time, it is about um, um, time moving on, but also allowing time to stand still as well. you know have that time to think about things logically,
mm.
and move it forward with your heart.
I think
um
we forget we're masters of time. We can
yes,
experience it going fast or we can experience it going slow. It's up
yes,
to us, and the key is being in the now.
in
Right.
the now,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely, definitely, Annie, yeah, definitely. And it's funny you should say the key is, because if you look at the top of those cards,
oh yes, keys.
and there's keys on the tree with the clocks as well, so it's
Yeah,
like, you wind it up as quickly and as slowly as you want to. Absolutely. Yeah. But it is, I'm really getting that discipline though. It's a very, very strong energy. There's logic and there's discipline,
yeah.
but there's also that balance that you've got to get with that. Um, I have got another card, definitely. We have this card.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful, isn't
she's
it?
opening her arms up to the
Yeah,
energy of the stones there,
yeah,
and this is they call it the holy mountain.
yeah.
Okay, so it's the divine strength that I feel that's emanating from the stones,
Mm,
and remembering sometimes, it says here it's like a sacred journey, a pilgrimage,
yeah.
but to me it's also to do with your soul calling.
Hmm.
What is your soul saying? What is your spirit wanting you
Yeah.
to do? um And it will be a journey. It always is a journey, but make it a sacred journey. Like a pilgrimage. But
Mhm.
make it more like a sacred journey. I'm
Mm.
going to bring out two more cards together, and yeah, this makes sense. We got the sanctuary, which is the balance and harmony.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful cards with the standing stones there.
Yeah.
Um, and they seem to be sort of leaning in towards her,
Mm.
so showing her the way. So that's harmony and balance, the joy, the contentment, everything that goes with that. But with that is the rock. So I
Oh,
do think
right.
these
Yeah.
two cards go together because
Yeah.
that's about endurance, the solidness, just persevering,
Yeah.
carry on going, and having that discipline as
Mm.
well to not give up,
Mm.
and to keep moving forward. I think those two cards sort of sum this up quite a lot.
Yeah.
We're in a time now where we're over halfway through the year. We're going into the darkness, and but um, we are in the year of the chariot.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you with me? And it's not forgetting that the year is not over yet.
Mm.
There's still that journey forward that we need to be taking, and it's picking up pace. It's
Mhm.
really picking up pace now.
Yeah.
So yeah, hold on in there. Keep yourself grounded. Feel the energy around you because it's gentle. It's a gentle energy that's around us, but it's a determined energy as well.
Mm.
To carry us forward.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the final card of endurance is it sums it up really.
Yeah.
We've just got to carry on, in there and keep moving forward.
Mm.
Yeah, don't pull the reins yet.
Yeah. Don't put the brakes on. Yeah.
Don't put the brakes on. Absolutely not. Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
well, I always think with full moon in Capricorn, we're being reminded to stand steady in our feelings.
absolutely.
And to I echo that sense of determination and I want to say patience with yourself. Have a bit of patience with yourself
Yeah.
rather than get irritated with yourself.
It's
And
self-discipline. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and uh, I mean, if we just look at sort of the global energy, yes, there's turbulence, but you can only deal with the chaos by standing steady, um, working on what you feel is the appropriate response for the greater good, if you like. And that's
yes,
what we're seeing across the world is that speaking up and speaking out, that standing in the events that are happening are deeply troubling and very moving. And emotionally, we could get lost in a whole load of anger and frustration and then go into despair. But for me, what this moon is sort of saying at the moment for this year is we're still on a forward journey. You can't sit
yeah.
down and go, "Oh, well, there's nothing I can do." So I
Yeah.
feel that energy is coming through with the full moon at the moment.
And I think those little joy nuggets as well is the other things that are going on at the moment. I mean, I know it sounds bizarre, but we've got Wimbledon.
Mm,
We've got the football.
yeah,
These are little golden nuggets. Just hold on to these things
yeah.
because, they're the things that are happening
Mm,
on sort of, the in our world as well.
mm,
When you look at the news, you've got all the turbulent stuff, but then you've got all the celebrations. I mean, I have to say it. I mean, Lando winning the British Grand Prix, that just brought me so much joy. And
yeah.
I know my grandkids,
Mm,
because they are real, Lando fans.
mm,
Their day at the weekend was
mhm.
so joyous
And
that anything else that was happening
yeah,
goes out the window.
I think
Yeah.
that's the other thing that's important. I was struck when you said about the vision. You know, it's time for us to have our vision board and it's time for us to see the little things that are clicking in. I felt the energy of this moon was on a 55 vibration numerology.
Right.
Now, 5 is the middle number if you look at numerology, and so
Yeah.
it represents you've been through a lot of change. There's a pause, but you know you've got more coming. And so when you double that up, I always take doubles as being important for us to remember it's our material world and our spiritual world together.
Absolutely.
What's going to come out in these cards, but I felt that energetically we're kind of in the eye of the storm in some ways, and what I
Yes.
appreciate is the little golden nuggets of positivity, whatever they may be, however that might work through. So I've got my moonology cards, of course,
Lovely. I love them.
and I've brought my healing waters.
Interesting.
Felt that I wanted to have that insight into the emotional stuff that's going on with this moon. So the
Yes.
card is the new moon in Pisces. So we're
Emotion
being
again. Yes.
asked to attune to the divine, obviously Pisces being the spiritual sign. What we're coming through in this time, this point of the year, is recognizing what values and beliefs don't serve us any longer. And is it time for us to be in a new spiritual flow? Have we got practices and rituals that are so rigid they are actually hurting us rather than freeing us? And I love that thought of the energy, the electricity, the shining of the spiritual light. And it comes with the birth mysteries card.
Right.
I love this one because it's what are you being called on to create?
Yes.
What's that spiritual calling that's rising within you? What is for me, we're in this process of trying to work out what's for the greater good for ourselves and for others, and to try and live in accordance with what is for the greater good, what serves me and what serves others. And I feel like the rise of the divine feminine energy, this lovely um, move into the creative spiritual flow, is going to bring the birth of new beginnings, new things. Well, we know that about that's what this year is about, but this
Yes.
particularly, watch for the signs and symbols. I've had loads and loads of little signs all, for the past
The
3
little things. Absolutely.
for those little nudges from your guides and your loved ones, that these are the things that you can do. These are the things that will help you change. These are the things that will get you feeling focused and ready to move forward. Um, and it does come with exactly what you said. This is the Clear Your Mind card,
Yes.
last quarter moon of Gemini. And for me, what Capricorn is about is that discipline, and it is about that blend of creative logic. So instead of rushing into the old ideas, spending that time in contemplation or in silence. It's interesting. I've set up a retreat a retreat this week for the equinox in September, and it's like, so give yourself that time, have a look at what you're feeling, try to blend what you're feeling and thinking, and ask, is me thinking and feeling that for my greatest good?
Yes.
Forgive yourself if it isn't, and then go, right, what will be for my greatest good? Because that's come in with the waterfall.
Oh, beautiful.
This
Oh, look at her. She's just
joy,
showering herself in it.
joyous, joyful,
Yeah.
just immersed in
Yes. Immerse.
the thing of it all. And this card is all about that inner power and confidence, and being able to say, look, I'm here. I have a right to be here. This is my spot. This is my uniqueness contributing to the whole world. and I'm joyful about it. My abilities are what's needed, how, the world needs me. We sometimes
Yeah,
forget, it's not only about us as individuals, it's about us as the beings the world needs to change, to help with the change
that
process.
energy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's sort of vibrantly under that waterfall. Yeah, love it. And then we've got the new moon in Leo. Got to shine, shine, shine,
Yeah,
shine. If we get under that waterfall, if we access all that we are, we can shine. And it ties back to me to that electricity card. She's
yeah,
in the middle, shining away,
yeah,
giving her best of herself, saying, "Look at me." And of course, that's what happens. We energize each other, and we can transmit energy either positively or negatively. And if we've got that joyous feeling, if we're willing to serve ourselves and others, if we're willing to serve others, it brings that joy and passes that energy forward. And oh, I love this one. This is the pink dolphin card.
Oh, beautiful.
So dolphins have been coming
Oh,
on my agenda. See how look,
they're all over the place, above and below. Yeah,
they're playful, they're joyful.
yeah,
Again, they're flowing with the emotion, but they're always doing it with joy. And
absolutely.
if we can come from an open heart, if we can have the celebration and the fun that comes from, again, it's the mastery of our thoughts and feelings.
Yeah,
It's that recognition of, yes, we're going to have to go through more changes, but it doesn't have to be hard.
no,
We can surrender to it. We can enjoy it as it's happening. We can find those little spits and spots of joy as we go along.
yeah, definitely.
Need another card. Here it is, the ripple effect.
Oh, yes,
And it's exactly what I was just talking about. We're part of something bigger. The details are taken care of. What we need to do is to be in that powerful, positive, spiritual, and material vibe, moving forward, saying, I'm ready to serve, send me where I need to be, give me what I need to do, and rippling out that joy, reminding ourselves that all is not lost, because that's the problem with too much change or too much chaos. We can get into the doom and in the gloom, where what we need is
yeah,
that ripple of brightness going out. And I just love that sense of flow. This moon is about flowing, and I think this is where the gentle for me comes in.
yeah,
Rather than try to force against it, let it flow. Um, and be ready to do the bit that's right for you to do.
yeah,
Uh, it's the destiny unfolding, and we've got to let that unfold. And we've got to remember that every single being on the planet is here with a particular purpose.
absolutely.
I think at the minute we have so much loss and grief, we're not recognizing, or perhaps not open to, that the people who we have to lose or have to let go back into the afterlife have volunteered.
Oh, yeah,
They've come to do what they wanted to contribute, and it's a steadfast, back to that stag standing in the river, yeah,
yeah,
fast whilst it all flows by, and whatever the current is, I'm not going to diminish what I can contribute. And that's a really key thing as we turn into the second half of the year. Don't diminish yourself. I think that's,
yeah.
I was getting that, oh, there's nothing I can do. My voice doesn't matter. It all matters. Everybody,
It does.
play our part. It
Yeah,
matters. In the
yeah,
end, we'll get through these changes and we will come
yeah,
to the other side much better, much lighter, and much brighter. That's the electricity of it all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And like the bot, this time of the year, it's called the bot moon because they're shedding their antlers, aren't they? They're regrowing,
yeah.
the old, and bringing it forward, with strength and courage and everything that goes with it. Definitely, yeah,
Very encouraging cards for us
I think so.
to spread that joy, which of course we will continue to do.
And keep grounded. Keep grounded.
Around it, of course, yes. You'll need it's not always quite as easy as it sounds.
Have you finished your grounding shawl yet?
um, uh, my grounding gratitude shawl.
Your grounding gratitude shawl.
No, I'm up to about 26 inches.
Lovely.
And it yeah, but it needs to be about 50 inches, Gwen. It's going to be more like a blanket than a shawl.
Don't forget the endurance car that I bought out, Annie.
Yes.
The endurance car.
Yeah. It's all right. I have to keep it'll get done because the next one's waiting. The next one's calling at me, start me.
There you go. There you
So
go.
I have to get it done and dusted.
I mean, they never made a film about it, but carry on knitting.
Yeah. Yeah, it never quite got there, did it? But I will do. Yes, I'm sure it'll finish soon. Actually, it's quite nice because it's in a slightly thicker wool, so it's growing quite quickly.
Quickly,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's not too bad.
Fantastic. Oh, it's been wonderful, Annie. Yet again, the clouds have given us some um, messages of hope.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely. Yeah,
yeah,
fabulous.
confirmation. Yeah,
So
definitely.
I will speak to you at Newman. Oh, excuse
New
me.
moon.
Newman. Oh,
Oh,
oh, that felt a bit seismic. Okay, all right.
something's happening.
Yeah, something's shifting somewhere in the world, but that's okay. It needs to go. Now I've got hiccups, Gwen. Okay, I shall leave you, love you, and leave you, and deal with my hiccuping.
Okie dokie.
See you at the new moon.
Yes.
Take
See you
care.
all. Bye.
Bye.